Well, there's a pretty good chance of thunderstorms. The wind picked up quite a bit. The sky got really dark. I've got a couple things to do out here, so this should be fun. Pretty windy. Emma and the new chickens are over there waiting it out. See what happens. I'm sure Emma will go in if it starts to rain. And I've got a new garden hose here to connect. We had this older one here that we paid a lot of money for, but it was really bad. Well, probably some of the biggest news down here at the garden is that we are being invaded by herbivores, I guess. They're eating the tomatoes left and right, and they're just raising havoc. We tried putting the tomatoes in that basket and then putting that basket up on that shelf there, but that worked for a couple nights, but then whatever it is climbed up on that shelf. So we'll have to bring the tomatoes into the house every night.
Sputtering.
There's Danielle. Hi, Danielle.
Hello.
You got the new garden hose going.
The new hose is nice. There's no sputtering.
For that other hose was a nightmare. Well, I think I said this the other day, but those leek seeds are just about ready to, I think they're ready to cut off and start drying out. Seems to me I cut them off a little bit later in the season. I don't know, but they look like they're ready now. And that could be because of the drought that we've been having. I'm going to be sending some leek seeds out to a friend. That's pretty dark. Looks like the most of this storm is going to go to our north. We came down a little bit early to do chores because we saw how the weather is moving in on us. We thought we'd try to get some stuff done now. Well, looks like it started to sprinkle out there. Yep, I can hear it. Hi, girls. How do you do, ladies? You have a good day? Oh yeah, very good day. There we go. This is our seed production row. As you can see by these stalks, I've already pulled off the onion seeds, and they're up in the house in a brown paper bag drying. They're actually starting to fall off the pods, so I gotta start keeping a close eye on those. One thing we're doing this year for the first time is we are saving beet seeds. We've never tried that before. And I threw a couple of leeks in the ground in the spring, and by golly, did I say leek? I meant to say beet seeds. So we're doing pretty good in that department. I gotta get these off of here tomorrow. Now I just checked, the leek seeds, they're getting close. I see some black in there, but they're still quite wet inside. I'm gonna leave those on for a while longer. Seems to me they come off the stalk quite a bit later in the season. So we'll leave those on for now. Peppers are looking really good. Danielle takes such good care of all of her plants. I really admire that. The type of vegetables that I grow, you kind of make a big deal about it in May, put in the plants or the seeds, and then you just weed for the rest of the season. But her plants all need to be babied. I really admire that she's so patient with that. I guess I would have been a better farmer than a gardener. Getting back to that garden hose for a second, that thing was annoying us all summer long. Looks like our little rain is over with for the moment. It's still quite cloudy up there, but I'm starting to see some patches of blue. So I guess that's good. Although, I'd kind of prefer the rain myself. I did hear some thunder, which means that there was some lightning, but that doesn't really bother me unless it's a huge thunder and lightning storm. And I think this storm went to our north, so that's not a big deal. This has probably been our most frustrating gardening season so far. Between the drought and a lot of plants did not live up to their potential, and we've had a lot of pests, both insects getting into the vines of some of the squashes, and now we're finding predator, or not predator, what's the right word? Herbivore.
The possum is a predator.
But I'm wondering about the ones that are eating the tomatoes.
You don't think that's the possum?
I don't know, without seeing it. But herbivores, maybe. We don't know. Some people say we ought to get a trail cam, and that's probably a good idea. But, yeah, what are you going to do? So, what else is new? I think I mentioned to you earlier, over there, the beet seeds, I think they're ready to come off at least. And I've already got the onion seed up at the house. I'm probably repeating myself. I'm just waiting for the onion seed to dry off. And thank you for all the cards and notes. It was interesting to get those, and I really enjoyed that. I think I told my friend Celtic Fiddle in a clip that I did a few minutes ago that I've got this rotator cuff situation. It's getting much better. It's a ton better than it was earlier. I mean, I can raise my arm almost as good as, this is the bad one, but it's also my bowing arm. And G-string, or rather C-string, G-string, and D-string are okay, but the A-string had been difficult and painful to use, but now I think I can hit the A-string. So that's good. I'm going to start playing again, and hoping to get Danielle to be playing pretty soon too. We usually take the summers off, and the violin and the cello are bowed instruments. You have to really stay in shape. It's not like a guitar where you can just pick it up and play your chords. Your intonation, you have to keep with it. Anyway, probably not many of you people play violin or cello, but my friend Celtic Fiddle does. And so I thought I would just mention this to her, that I'm feeling better about that. One tune that we do want to play is a piece by Shostakovich. It's called Prelude, and it's written for 2 violins, but I play the 1 violin part on the cello. I probably shouldn't even mention it, because you're all going to start saying, oh, we want to hear you play. And it's going to come, but not today, and probably not tomorrow. But it's getting closer. So, seeds. We hope to be getting those seeds out pretty soon. But I gotta wait for them to dry, and then I gotta clean them. And I use a method of cleaning called water cleaning, where I put them in a tray of water, and all the what do you call that stuff that is not part of the seed? Chaff? Anyway, the scraps that are not part of the seed, they'll stay on the surface and the seed will float down. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, chaff. So, and then after I do that, then I have to dry them out, but that's not a big deal. It doesn't take terribly long. They're coming, that's the main thing. So, I guess, in about 2 days, maybe 3 at the most, I'll be done with this batch of firewood. We have another batch ordered. It'll be coming toward the end of the month, which is kind of good. It'll give me time to get the wood stove chimney cleaned and to get the late season potatoes out. You know, we had a reader make the comment that it looked like I did not get many potatoes when he saw the video on the mid-season potatoes. And I've thought about that for a long time. We don't get as many potatoes as we really should be getting. And it could be the minerals of the soil or the lack of them. It could be the drought that we had, but I've noticed down through the years, this year was particularly bad for the mid-season potatoes. I've dug a few late-season potatoes, and yes?
Yeah, there was also a great sudden heat that we had for a couple of weeks. It was in the 90s. That
90s,
was so
half of the
bad.
time it was in the 90s with no rain.
Yeah.
And that all could have affected the potato growth. So I have taken some of the late season potatoes out because we wanted to have mashed potatoes a few nights. And they're not really looking to be anything to write home about, both in quantity and in size. So there is a farm stand about 15 minutes away from here, and they sell 50-pound bags of potatoes. And I hate to admit it, but I might have to reduce myself to buying a bag of their potatoes just to have something on hand. And I recommend that to you people too. If you don't grow potatoes and that's a part of your diet, try to find a place where you can get a 50-pound bag of it. You'll probably get it fairly inexpensive compared to just getting it at the supermarket 5 pounds at a time. It's all about survival. That's at the end of the day. I mean, we're passionate about gardening, but we're also passionate about surviving. So I plan to talk more about these things in the future. In fact, we're going to order new microphones. And when that happens, when they get here, I won't have to project my voice like I'm doing right now, because this is what I call my YouTube voice. It's not my normal speaking voice because I'm trying to reach the camera. And when that happens, then I can delve deeper into certain topics with a more natural voice. But I want to tell you about what's going to happen with cash, the fact that it's going away. So I wanted to give you a history of not only the Federal Reserve, but the history of central banking in the United States, starting with Alexander Hamilton in 1791. So, but we're not going to talk about that today. Anyway, I think I'm just running off at the mouth right now, so I'll probably shut this down. I like on Wednesdays we kind of wear nicer clothing, and we go to town and do our errands. We get animal feed, we get some, like olive oil or things like that, and ice cream. And then we come home and eat, and then we just we pretty much take the day off from the gardens. And so that's what I like to do, this walk around and just kind of touch base with y'all. But anyway, we're going to be going up in a few minutes, so thanks for watching. Then I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, bye.